Thank you for joining us. I'm Michael Miller. Our special guest today is Jeanmarie Massa from, guess where, folks? Miami-Dade Solid Waste Recycling Division. This is not trash. This stuff is, most of it's going to get recycled. And you're going to take one of these, like that Coke can there, and 6 weeks after you recycle it, it's going to come back in another life.
As a Coke can.
And it's Coke can. And folks, all this has been very cleaned by
personally by me
or your husband. Okay, and it gets stored in this blue container over here.
Right.
And tell us, you take this to the schools.
I do. It's so funny. This is a 35-gallon cart. Most people have a 65-gallon cart at their home. Some people have 95. This small economy size fits in my back seat. And that allows me to bring all of my good and bad materials.
Yep. Your boss must be awfully happy with you. You carry your work around with you all day long.
Anybody who needs an example,
okay.
I have it.
And you are the type of person that saves stuff. I'm just going to read some dates from here. Randomly selected.
Okay.
Some of it I went through, but randomly selected on this piece.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is October 11, 2020.
20.
Okay, so that's a young one there. That's 2020. Here's a Coral Gables News. Familiar with that? 2022. Here's one from Business Monday. There's a section that used to be in the Miami Herald. There it is. June 24th. Too bad I can't see. All right, 2013.
13, yes.
Right? It's
yes.
pretty amazing. So you've been carrying this around with you.
I've been talking about recycling for a long time.
It's amazing. So when people ask me what we do with our old papers, I'm going to be able to tell them. Jeanmarie Massa from Solid Waste by Recycling, she carries them around with her. All right, so
some of them actually do get recycled into new paper,
yeah.
though.
Speaking of paper, let's look at the yellow pages right over there.
Yes.
For folks that have never seen this, what is this? Tell us what this is.
Okay, so this is the yellow pages. There's also one just like it called the white pages. The white pages have the homes on them. The yellow pages have the businesses on them. My white pages have been gone for a long time. Can I tell you my joke about the...
Go ahead.
Okay, so when I go to the schools, I bring all this stuff so I can tell the kids what I'm all about recycling, and I always show them this, which is also so mysterious because nobody knows what it is. I even ask. I say, does anybody know what this is? And of course, nobody says it. I said, well, in the old days, when you needed a phone number to call someone, you could look it up in the pages. You just look up their name and it would have their name and address. Like if you wanted to call Mrs. Smith down the street to see if you could help her with something, you'd look at the S's and you'd find Mrs. Smith and you could dial her right up. And you could say, hi, I was just calling to see if I could help you. And this little boy from the back says, ew, that's creepy. So I guess the yellow pages and the white pages have had their time.
I think it's done. So what's this white container? It looks like you got it from a hospital, but it's not.
Back when it was new, it had laundry detergent in it. But I use this as an example of a plastic bottle that is great for recycling. And I tell people not to look at the number and all of that. And this is kind of, okay, so because what we tell people is to go for narrow necks. And this kind of doesn't look like a narrow neck, but it is actually more narrow than the rest of the bottle. So it is A-OK for recycling. A really good example, of course, is a water bottle where it's really small as compared to the rest of the bottle.
What do we have over there? We have the carbonated beverage cans.
Yes. Oh, well, aluminum, glass, plastic, steel. Excellent for recycling. Aluminum has been recyclable for as long as I can remember.
For the young people, years ago, they weren't this small unless it was a novelty. They were about 50% bigger.
Oh, easy, yes.
And they were made out of really strong aluminum.
Yes, a lot more aluminum.
These, the 2-year-old grandchild could break it.
I'm so strong. Yeah. But they're still amazingly recyclable. And the aluminum, I think I told you before when we were speaking, it's like 4 weeks from can to can. From the time, and not necessarily from the time you put it in your cart, but from the time it gets to the aluminum recycler and is melted down and made into a new can, 4 weeks.
Okay. Now, the way people can get their stuff recycled, they have a blue container.
Yes. Yes.
It's at their house,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
There's a blue container, and you're supposed to put stuff in it.
Well, you're supposed to put valuable recyclable materials in it.
And in Miami-Dade County, plastic bags are not recyclable by Miami-Dade County or its vendors.
Right.
So this particular blue can in front of some very affluent area, right, is filled with huge plastic bags. As a matter of fact, it's filled everywhere. So tell us what's going on here, Miss Recycling Manager.
Yes, I am afraid that in this photograph it represents a failure to communicate. We were not able to let that person know that plastic bags are not okay for their recycling. And I stopped myself because are plastic bags recyclable? Absolutely, just not in the recycling cart at all. Put them in at the grocery store. There's lots of containers
So
for them.
this really should have been in the green.
Everything,
can.
yes.
Everything.
I don't even know what's in those bags, but
even if the things were recyclable in them, it would not get recycled.
No.
Because there's a non-recyclable plastic bag around it.
right. And what happens is there's so much material. I mean, if you look at a recycling truck, it's big, and it doesn't go to dump until it's really full. And that is a lot of stuff. It goes right down on the ground, and the first thing they do is grab the trash bags just like that, because there's no time to open them. They might have garbage in them. Most of the time they do, or whatever. So they just get pulled out. So if you have valuable recyclable materials in them, they do not get recycled.
And sometimes the county would be nice enough to hang this on your cart.
Yes.
I'll bet these people got that.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
And they hang it on and they say, the reason we didn't pick it up is because there's a little checkbox in the backs.
Right,
all right?
right. It tells them why.
Right? Including, by the way, if it's facing the wrong way, they're not going to pick it up.
No, you know why? When the truck picks up the cart, it goes like this. So if it's facing the wrong way the lid is gets torn off. So it tears off the lid of your cart, which is not good, and the whole thing is just not a good thing.
And then you're supposed to have it within 3 feet of the curb.
Yes.
And
The arm isn't that long.
This is not important. Your recycled materials are not placed inside your blue cart, right? And in this case,
Right.
even if they happen to look in it, all right?
Like maybe down here at the very bottom, it was all aluminum cans.
Yeah.
It would not get recycled.
So inquiring minds want to know. So they take these recycling thing, they put it on a tipping floors.
Yeah.
Why do they call it that, by the way?
Because when a truck empties, it's called tipping, because actually the truck itself goes like this, so it tips
About
up.
to tip over.
Yeah, but it doesn't. And then the materials come out on the ground, so they call it tipping.
And it goes out there. And how does this stuff get sorted at that point?
You know, actually, people kind of do the first layer just to get rid of stuff that just can't be there. And then a front end loader, it's scoopy thing, scoops it up.
So it's called a scoopy thing?
Scoopy thing. That's the technical name. Many people call it a front loader.
Does he know you're funny?
I don't know. He's laughing. I guess he does. Anyway, the scoopy thing picks up the materials and dumps them on a conveyor belt. But it's not a flat conveyor belt. The first conveyor belt they go over is something called a star screen. So instead of flat rollers like this, the rollers are like this. So they kind of turn like this and materials bump along. So any broken glass, anything like smaller than about that falls through. And for the most part, it's not going to be materials that are going to be recyclable, although it will go underneath a magnet anyway. But then the rest of the stuff bumps along, and it goes to different areas where the easiest thing is the newspaper is actually pulled out by people. People stand over this conveyor that's all paper and kind of sort it, which is really interesting. But a magnet pulls out the steel cans, and then this is the best. Something called an eddy current separator pulls out the aluminum cans. And instead of grabbing it like if it was steel and going like this, it pings it. It's an electrical response that just pings it right off, falling that way into a different source.
Can you actually hear it ping?
Yeah. It's really cool. And they all get baled and shipped to companies that make new cans out of it. And the amazing thing about aluminum, it's like 6 weeks from can to can.
So when they get these cans and they put them in, they bundle them, pretty much that's all that's in that in that bundle.
It's just aluminum.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
Okay, so we have all this other good stuff are plastics. And we used to not accept yogurt cups, but now it's bottles jugs, and tubs. And these are tubs. And
head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Exactly. Do we have to do the dance?
Yes.
Maybe later.
Is it still playing in your head?
Yes. And will be. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was free.
So these go to companies that make new plastic out of them. Companies make new
Okay, so
aluminum.
let me see if I can.
Okay.
This feels pretty thick.
Well, there are two.
Yeah. Oh, there's two. Well, that's probably why. Right? When the TV dinner's 280 calories.
Right.
Right? When I asked my wife, how's dinner? She says, it's fine. 4.5 minutes. It'll be done. Right? Those are not recyclable.
Right.
But it seems to be, it looks similar
Yeah.
to this, but it's not.
It's not. It has.
The other thing, it sounds like you can't even melt that thing unless it's like a blowtorch.
And that is why I tell people the reason those items are not recyclable is the way most things are recycled is they are melted. If it doesn't melt in your microwave, like it's supposed to not melt in your microwave, it's not going to melt with the rest of the materials that are plastic.
Okay, let's see. You have two boxes over here. They sure look like America's finest food. Oh, sorry, that's not yet. But okay, so what about these boxes?
Okay, these are great for recycling. This is cardboard. You can tell it's cardboard. It's kind of got several layers right there. And this one I've already made it, smushed it down so that I can put it in my recycling cart. This one, we don't want you to injure yourself in any way. Maybe you have kids that like to jump on stuff, but you got to flatten your stuff, your materials, especially the cardboard. So flatten it, and then it won't take up a whole lot of space in your
I think there should be a giant warehouse that adult boys can go with their boots on, and they could go into fill the 20,000-foot warehouse, fill with all the different boxes.
And imagine it would be such a
Rachelle's
good
going,
way.
what is he talking about?
No, yeah, I guess. But what a great exercise program. I mean, and it wouldn't cost you anything. You're doing a service.
So we should bring that up to the big box guys. Okay, there's a big box over there it looks like it's out of Chicago.
Oh,
right?
this one
Yes.
like a Chicago pizza?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so this is a pizza box. And in the old days, not that long ago, we could not accept pizza boxes because for the most part, they are just no longer
Notice how clean it is,
structurally-
folks. Was there ever a pizza in there?
Not in this one.
Good.
My pizza place that we buy pizza from gave it to me, but only because
Now we know the truth to this.
only because I carry it with me all the time, But if your pizza box is only lightly soiled, like if you can't put your finger through it,
I was looking
it's
up
okay.
chat what lightly soiled meant. We couldn't quite figure it out. But lightly soiled, all right?
Yeah, okay, so soiled means there's cheese, there's grease, there may be a
All
little...
the reasons we go there.
Yes, right. But sometimes you get like a little piece of foil underneath or something that protects the rest of the box. So if it's lightly soiled, then you can put it in your recycling cart.
Okay, and you mentioned about foil. Tell us about that.
Foil is a wonderful thing. I use it all the time, but it is not acceptable for recycling in our
Why?
program. It doesn't really go through the process well because, number one, it's dirty because nobody washes their foil or the whole purpose of foil, so you don't have to wash the pan that you put it in. So just, and it's also not, it's so thin that it's not.
It's pretty amazing. You can have a big pan like that, and you can just squish it up in a little tiny ball and throw it around.
Not in your recycling cart, in the garbage.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes.
Okay, so let's see what, we have, I see we have cat food. I assume that means tuna fish cans and things like that as well.
Yes. Here it is over here. Yeah. So any kind of tin can, aluminum can, perfect for recycling. And again, don't waste water, but give it a little swish, clean it out so it no longer has cat debris in it.
Okay, Miss Recycler, I'm looking at this box here.
Yes.
Pray tell, madam, how old might this be?
Oh, I'm not sure. There's probably a date on it that
There
says
is.
sell by.
There is.
Gee, what is
Better
the sell?
fused by April 3rd, 2016, for God's sake. Do you know she's a hoarder too?
No.
On top of being a lovely woman, right?
No, that's
2016. We got a 2013 newspaper over here. Good
I know.
for you.
These materials have been working teaching students since 2013.
You know that when you're down there and you say, "Listen, some of this stuff is older than you, Sonny boy, so keep your mouth quiet over there." No, I wouldn't ever say that. All right.
Of course not.
Amazing. Okay, so we have newspapers. Everybody knows newspapers get recycled into lots of things.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that these plastic things get made into?
They probably, a lot of them get made into the same kind of container, just because they don't even, it's white. So any kind of thing that becomes white plastic this will be fine for.
That's amazing.
I
Okay.
know.
Classic decaf. That's exactly what I use over there.
And it's not only reusable because there's all kinds of things you can use, you can use this for, but it's also recyclable. So just make sure it's empty. You can put it right in your recycling cart.
Okay, so orange juice. Are all of them, all those sort of containers recyclable?
They are now. They were not for a really long time, but paper is more valuable now than it's been for a while.
I've been saying that for decades.
I know.
we just had to put ink on it. All right?
Yeah, right, exactly. So this, of course, has a plastic or some kind of a little plasticky thing around it.
And
But
it strengthens it.
yes, and it keeps the juice from leaking out. But this goes into a hydropulper, which is like a big vat with almost like a washing machine, kind of. Do not put any of your recyclables in a washing machine, please. But and it kind of the outside comes off, and then you have this great white paper that can be recycled into paper.
So when we look at the switch where so many people are it started with the pandemic, instead of going out and using a glass porcelain plate, right? We get it at the house, and we get the plastic carrier,
Yes.
the thing that's there that's not recyclable. It's sort of like the cupcake thing. Not that I would know, but from Publix, I've heard they have those, right? Because I see one over there, right?
Yeah.
That stuff's not recyclable.
No.
Do the restaurant, the manufacturers ever meet with the recycling people, say, what can we do so there's a value to this?
Right. I'm sure they do at some point, but it's also the whole economics. I mean, just whatever's going on in the world sometimes makes things more or less recyclable. Aluminum is not as easy to mine as it used to be, so it's valuable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Styrofoam plates and
Like this?
like this right here, and cups.
Cups, yeah. I don't know if I have a cup, but anyway.
So one of the things we learned is we frequently have to be reminded by somebody, to like switch. When we had coffee, all of a sudden, we have these Styrofoam cups. People said, "What are you doing?" I go, "About what?" Those cups. I go, "What's wrong with them?" I said, "It's Styrofoam." Oh. Right?
I know, but
And we have to be reminded.
yes, but all things in moderation. You can't go crazy. There are times when Styrofoam cups and Styrofoam plates are very desirable. Like after a hurricane when the lights are out and you don't have hot water. And so these are going to be very valuable because they are easy to throw away and they don't, what can I tell you?
So here's the part that I find very curious. So most people use some sort of plastic bag in their garbage cans.
Yes, yeah.
So we start off maybe with great intentions,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But it's really not, because we package the good stuff inside there. So what's a good way if somebody wants to recycle and they got their stuff, they need two separate places to put their stuff. They go, here's the recycling thing over here.
Right. And here's the garbage over here. And everything, you got to just think about everything. Now, the good thing about a plastic bag and stinky garbage is that a plastic bag will withhold the stinky garbage. And there are things that you can't compost, because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, some of that stinky stuff is valuable stuff that can be composted, but you can't compost a baby diaper. So let me tell you how desirable a plastic bag is when you have stinky baby diapers. Just letting you know.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
We have a 3-month-old granddaughter. So far, I haven't had to renew my commitment to that. Okay, I see you have some coat hangers over here.
Yes. Okay, so the coat hangers are a problem. These are, of course, wonderful coat hangers. There's nothing wrong with them. But except for this one. This one is for a dress that only has one arm on it.
I'm looking at the side of that, madam. It looks like it's from the late 40s. It probably is.
I don't think so. But
So these are not recyclable.
no, it's just they're not recyclable in our program. They're not the kind of plastic that we can use. But more than anything else, they are tanglers. they just get tangled. And you've seen pictures of our conveyor belts, and oh wow, this is really, that'll hook itself onto something. And so it's just, some of these might be able to go back to your dry cleaner. If I could get it apart.
and wooden coat hangers are the same.
Yes.
Right.
Not acceptable.
Yep. Okay. What else do we have?
But thanks for asking. What else is over here? Well, okay, yeah, we already know about this. No good because it doesn't melt, and it's not supposed to melt. You put it in your microwave. That's not supposed to happen. The problem with these, and I bring these up because Thanksgiving is coming. And
Real soon?
Yeah. So there's just, I bought this because I want to cook in something I do not have to scrape and clean. And the only way this could possibly be recyclable is if it was brand new or scraped clean. So it defeats the purpose.
And Madam, tell us about when will recycling be picked up during the Thanksgiving?
Thank you.
I've referred to my notes right here.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Thank you, Frank.
Okay.
Yes, okay. So garbage and recycling will be picked up on Thanksgiving. If Thanksgiving is your day, be thankful because your recycling and garbage will still be picked up on that day. And if it is your recycling day, we're not going on getting everybody on that day. If that's your regular day, that's when we're going to get it. And this was also the part where we're supposed to remind everyone all the things that you use for your Thanksgiving dinner may not be recyclable, especially this.
I'm not sure if you can use plastic forks and knives and spoons, but if you do, they're not really recyclable.
That's correct. And I'm sure there are places where those are fine to use.
Explain that people don't understand that the county hired a vendor
Yes.
who buys that stuff and recycles it, all right? Other areas around the country, maybe they don't have the same vendor or different vendors that either can use that or not. Mm-hmm. So a plastic bag here would not be recyclable.
Right.
But if you take them to those big box stores, they have the thing that they recycle those somewhere.
Right, yes. Yes, and that's what I urge people to do. Bring your empty bags to those locations. The problem is they can't mix with regular stuff because it just tangles. Everything goes by conveyor, and they just tangle everything. But once they're all together, all by themselves, that's fine. I mean, truckloads go up. There's a company, and I can't remember the name, in the middle of the state that makes plastic lumber out of plastic bags. I mean, if that's not great, if you live on the water and you have a dock, you probably want plastic lumber.
I keep thinking about the drugstores. You go in there and you buy this $5 thing, and they give you a receipt, which is about this long.
I know.
And then that plastic bag.
Well, you need the bag to carry the receipt.
Darn, I should have thought of that. Could have had a V8 to boot. So one of the things we could do, what is it? Just don't say, I don't need it.
You can tell them that.
Right.
They won't cut it out.
Yeah, and I think part of that is that when we can change our habits, that they'll start manufacturing less, right? And
Probably.
in the old days, oh no, I want that receipt,
Yes.
and I want the bag, and I want the thing in the bag so they don't think I'm stealing it.
Right.
Now, I don't care. For whatever the reason.
Keep your receipt, give me the thing. And then the guy at the door says, "Excuse me, sir, I need to talk to you. Did you pay for that?"
Yeah, I had my receipt here. Well, not anymore. Here's your $5 thing. I'm leaving. Right? So there's a purse at the end of the table. Is that recyclable?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. Let's talk about garbage pickup, the green cans.
Okay.
Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Right. Well, what did he say? Is it? I know if we're picking up if we are picking up regular on Thanksgiving, we're definitely picking up garbage on Thanksgiving. Okay. But Christmas is not a pickup day, right. Except for recycle. No, Christmas is the only day off for recycling. So
why should we, and why should our children and grandchildren recycle? Because the things we use often to make stuff are not unlimited. I mean, trees are really not unlimited. Our resources they're not like forever. They're not gonna. So the best thing we can do is use everything wisely, and if possible, reuse it as much as we can. That's the best answer I can give you. And it's the right thing to do.
I think so too, absolutely. It is. Not I think so, it is the right thing to do.
And there's a difference between dumping and littering. Littering is sort of like you throw your stuff out the car.
Yeah.
I was telling Frank the other day, some receipt that some reason I took blew out of my car. Do you know I was stepping through the parking lot trying to catch it?
Oh, you're a good person. You really,
I'm
really
thinking,
are.
you better not fall. You won't be able to tell this story. But once you get it in your brain, you say, I'm not going to do that. I mentioned before my grandson who's on the water. He's 10. He said, look, Grandpa, I found a plastic bag in the water. He understood the connection between keeping the waterway clean and being able to see the manatees out there.
Yes.
And so when you go to classrooms and you're teaching kids this, it's top of mind to them.
What I tell people after I explain all about recycling and how it gets made into new stuff and everything, I said, unless what you are carrying in your hand is on fire, do not drop it on the ground. There is no reason to drop anything on the ground. Take it to the garbage can, put it in your mom's car, do whatever you're going to do, but do not drop it on the ground. And I mean it.
And there's plastic bags when you're stuck with it. It's a good place to put all that stuff.
Right.
And then kids fill it full of garbage and then put it in your mom's purse. Okay.
And then bring it to the garbage can.
All right. If people want to find out more about recycling or about the trash program, where can they go?
311. You can call 311.
Really simple.
Just three. All you need to remember is three numbers, and one of them is doubled. 311.
So if they have a problem with their cart, they get another cart. They'll come out and fix it or replace it.
If it's fixable, they will. Sometimes the lids will get snagged. We can replace that. But if the cart is no longer usable, you'll get it.
So we know some of these papers you've had for 15 years. My question is, how long have you had the carts?
These are, well, they can't be that old, but these are probably several years old.
You don't need a new one.
No, I take very good care of them, and they are never emptied by a truck. So, right. And they spend no time outside.
So what does it look like for you in the rest of the school year? It's almost not halfway done, but almost, all right? But as far as going to the school system.
It's been great. I am so excited. We are working on a program with the schools, and teachers are getting information, and I am going out to schools like crazy, and it is so much fun.
Congratulations to the department and for the county administration, elected officials for promoting that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, for sure. It's just, and we, if possible, if we can, a lot of schools have truck days, and so whenever the garbage truck goes out, I always ask if I can come too and talk about recycling, and they always say yeah. So I'm telling you, everybody's going to know about recycling eventually.
By the way, the county has one big all-electric truck. It's a beautiful truck.
It is.
And if the kids get, they might think it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal.
It is a big deal. I mean, and it's so clean.
And quiet.
Yes. Oh my gosh, which is kind of a problem because you can hear trucks usually. You have to be careful with the electric trucks.
Yes, we know when they back up, we can hear them.
Yes, absolutely. They got the beep, beep, beep on them.
And I met the driver, one of them, there were 6 guys there hanging out. Who's the driver? He was feeling really good.
Good.
About that. So again, people can find out all about the recycling program that the county offers. They have home, and as far as the trash and stuff, home chemicals.
We have our home chemical collection
All
sites.
right, tell us about that.
They are fantastic. As long as you live in Miami-Dade County, you can show that you have an address in Miami-Dade County because other than home chemical, you have to be one of our residents where we pick up your garbage, but not home chem. If you live in Miami-Dade County, in an apartment, in a house, in whatever, you can bring us your home chemicals. If you have... I'm trying to think of something. Things that accumulate in mineral spirits, things that accumulate in your garage.
Little cans of paint that you left over all the pesticides you don't know what to do with.
Right.
Do the right thing, take it there, all right?
Absolutely. And the thing also is we have Chem Again, which means like you have a paint can and you've used like this much of it and you're never using that color again. Bring it to us. You might see a color you like better and you can take that with you.
Good. Jeanmarie Massa, thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And I want to thank our studio audience, including Michelle over there. Thank you, sir. Folks, let's look at the camera right here. Grant and I are subscribing to the Disney rule, which is when you hug someone, don't stop until they do. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us.